Hello, good morning. Are you going through a breakup? Is it a spiritual breakup? A religious breakup? Is it a breakup with your boyfriend or your husband? I'm here for you either way, because I've been reading up so much about narcissism and how there is spiritual narcissism, there is malignant narcissism, and there's so many different types of, there's actually 7 different types of narcissism. And so it's been fascinating to me to read up on this. And, I've had people reach out to me lately and they say, they're a little bit concerned about me. They're like, I don't know if maybe you're saying too much, exposing too much, doing too much. And what I just want to assure you is that I'm 49 years old. And so that's been great for me, because with my age comes a lot of wisdom. And I just want to assure you that I'm going to be just fine. And I'm going to allow myself to move through this this painful time in my life. Actually, it is a transition, but not only is there just pain, but there's also a lot of enlightenment, and there's a lot of discovery. And so it's been pretty fascinating to me. So I kept asking myself this one question that has really helped me a lot, but I kept asking myself, how is this right now so perfect for me? And then guess what? I just, up the road here, I ran across some Jehovah's Witnesses that were doing their cart witnessing. And so I talked to them in a different way that I ever have before. I asked them if they have ever heard of spiritual narcissism before. Anyways, we had a nice little conversation, but I just thought that was kind of an interesting way to go about it, right? Because I remember being out in field service and people saying things about the religion, and me, later like, wow, I'm going to look that up, But that's why it's kind of perfect for me right now. Actually, for me, this breakup, I broke up from the religion in 2019, and I left in 2020. I woke up in 2019, and I just had a breakup about 5 days ago. And, last night I was kind of thinking, should I be crying more? Like, should I don't know, like, am I doing this right? You know how we always question ourselves if we're doing things right. And last night I was really thinking about that. And here's the truth about it. The truth is, I have been doing it exactly right and perfect for me. For me, this is actually so perfect in so many different ways. And I love asking myself that question. How is this so perfect? For me right now, I'm off of work, so I haven't worked for about 7 weeks. And so I have a lot of time to myself to really do all the things I need to do for myself. Like right now, taking this walk with you, and taking the time for myself. And so I thought, maybe I need more time to process my feelings, to process the pain. But here's the thing, I already have given myself time every single day at night after I work out and after I do my routine. I like to sometimes I do yoga, sometimes I do heavy weights. I do heavy weights about 4 days a week, and then I also do meditation. And so usually after those things, it really is I have a release after that, and I'm able to take the time for myself. And especially during my meditation, I like to do a love meditation, which you can see it in my playlist, and you'll see it there, and it says love meditation. It's by Dr. Joe Dispenza. And when I do that meditation lately, what I do is I am thinking of myself. For me, it's a self-love one. You can use it for other people too, to improve your relationships, but for me, it's just lately it's for myself. And so after I do that meditation, a lot of times I will, be laying there on my mat, and there's a lot of tears that come, and I'm letting it go, because one of the things that I learned when I was first working with my coach is she was asking me, because I kind of glossed over a question that she had asked me, and she goes, wait a second, wait, let's go back. How is that okay with you? Because I'm like, oh yeah, it's fine, everything's fine, and then we had such a great session about that, and what we talked about was that for my whole life, growing up as a Jehovah's Witness, my feelings were never actually considered. It didn't matter how the fuck I felt. Nobody cared how I was feeling. It's just like, just do the thing, right? I mean, that's what we're taught as witnesses. Like, suck it up, stop your crying, get out in service. I don't care if you're tired. I don't care if you're hungry, if you feel weak, and especially if you feel weak and depressed and anxious. Oh, definitely get out there, right? Go to meetings, go be out in service. It's so, oh my gosh. So I realized that I had this block where it was like, I was just like, it's okay. I'm not really feeling anything. I'm fine. And that's been my way of really getting past things, which has been so toxic for me to hold those things inside of me. And so what I learned in that session with my coach, and actually it's so funny because I had it recorded, so I've watched it back so many times. What she taught me is that in order for us to get past these things, we really need to process our feelings. And so when she first told me about that, I was like, oh my gosh, I don't have time for that. I don't have time to process my feelings. I don't have the emotional capability to do that. I can't just lose my shit today. Like, that's just not a good time for that. And she's like, well, what if I told you it would only take about 10 minutes and afterwards you're going to feel so much better? I'm like, okay. So we did. We sat there and she taught me how to process feelings. And so it's the same exercise that I used for myself last night. So last night when I sat on my bed, and I was, I do like a little prayer at night sometimes, and I do my meditation, and I was thinking, like, I don't want to hold back. I don't want to push everything down, like, oh, I'm fine, oh, you're fine, Elle, like, don't cry, you're gonna, I don't want to tell myself that, because it doesn't help. Because what happens is if I jump past all of that, I'm just gonna have to end up going back and doing it again. So it's the same thing with drinking and drug abuse and overeating, over shopping. I want to be really, really, really conscious of those things right now. And so it's kind of crazy because since breaking up with him, I haven't wanted to drink at all. In fact, the only time I wanted to drink is when I was with him. And so now I just, oh my gosh, I feel so much better. But I sat there and I processed that feeling of pain last night. And it was actually not the feeling of pain, it was more of like a feeling of sadness. So at first, when these things happen, you're going to have those feelings of maybe anger, bitterness, resentment, like just pure anger. And then once you can move past those feelings, then you get the feelings of sadness and of grief and loss. And so that was a good thing for me last night when I realized that I was feeling that way. It's like, okay, this is good because I'm not angry. I'm actually so thankful. I've been trying to, I don't know, I think I was trying to leave him for a few years. And I was kind of thinking that there was something wrong with me. And maybe you think that way too, if you're in a toxic relationship or you're in a toxic religion, like, oh, what's wrong with me? Maybe there's something wrong with me. If I just did things better, then this wouldn't be happening, right? I'm like, oh, if I just fixed myself. But it's only half of the equation, right? So I wrote down a couple of things here because I didn't want to forget to remind myself of anything. But But what I wanted to tell you is that the people that are worried about me, that maybe I'm not taking enough time for myself and I'm not processing things, let me tell you what, I am. And also, I am going to just tell you right now today that if there comes a time where you notice me pulling back, maybe you notice me not answering so many of your comments, of me just not being as active, that probably it doesn't mean anything about anything, but just I'm taking care of myself, you know? And I want to keep up on my commitment to post daily until January 1st. And I was sort of thinking about that last night, and I thought, maybe I should just take a little break. But honestly, I do get a break every day. Every day, I'm scheduling time to cry. I'm scheduling time to work out. Just like right now, I'm scheduling time to be outside in the sun, having fresh air. And I've also been journaling for years. And if you're leaving the Jehovah's Witnesses, how many years have you journaled? Okay, and here's what I'm talking about. All those notes that you took at the meeting, all those notes at the meeting, all of the journaling that you did, you know, it's like we journaled in the religion it was like for them. But now that we're on the outside, if you are on the outside, if you're thinking about leaving, we're journaling for us now. We're doing our own healing. And so we spent so much time in that space of, if we could do things better, There's a lot of times where I spent like that in my relationship where I was really dissecting myself. And in fact, I'm so thankful because he is the one that really, or just our relationship it really made me want to invest in myself more. And so for that, oh my gosh, I'm so thankful. I'm so thankful that I didn't buy a house with him. And then instead I decided to invest my money into myself. It was the best thing I've probably ever done for myself. So I am so thankful. Yeah, but if you're thinking about leaving a relationship that's not good for you, I believe that 2025 is a really great year to do it. Yeah, and you want to get yourself set up too. So if you're thinking about leaving, for me, I was in this relationship with him for 4 years, and I was in the Jehovah's Witness relationship for my whole life until I was 43, and I'm 49 now. Because even when I was outside of the religion all of those years, I still believed that I was the problem. I was messing it up. I made a mistake. I should have done things differently. I should have done it better. I should have followed the rules. And now, at 49 years old, I just see that we don't need any of that. We get to make it all up as we go. And it's perfect. So how is this time so perfect for me? The time is perfect because I get to spend a lot of time by myself doing the things that I want to do. And talking out here on the trail, and people are like looking at me. Oh, I really appreciate all of your support, all of the outpouring of love. And, if you're thinking about leaving the religion, you want to get yourself set up too. You're going to need some strong support. So first of all, when you think about leaving, I'm going to combine them both, okay? It's like religion or relationship. It's kind of the same thing for us, but make sure you get yourself set up. Get around you some groups of people that you know that are there to support you. For me, I have that, the Facebook group. It's called I Just Want to Heal and Move On. That group is still active. I also have a women's group that's called The Best Half, named after the best half of my life, which is right now. You want to, join the groups that are going to be really healing for you. Build friendships outside of the relationship or outside of the religion. Read lots of books. Do lots of journaling. And definitely go to therapy or find a coach. I coach people. I usually have about 3 or 4 clients at a time that I coach. And then also I'm going to be looking into going back to therapy. Yeah, because I figure why not? I mean, it can't hurt, right? And it doesn't cost me any money, so why wouldn't I do it? I really do want to heal. I want to move on. I want to fix things. I want things to be better. And I want this year of 2025 to be amazing. And I'm going to have this whole year of solitude, of me doing what I really want to do. And I think it's exactly perfect for all of us to figure out what that is for us. For me, it's going to be one thing. For you, it's another, right? So I just want to make sure that I don't forget anything to tell you. But yeah, I definitely don't want to buffer or avoid my feelings. I definitely want to feel them all the way through. And that is so, I cannot tell you how important that is. Because here's the thing. If we're not feeling our feelings, and like, let's say I go through this breakup and I'm just like, oh, I'm fine, everything's fine. No, it's not. It is a loss. If I were to come on and just tell you like, oh yeah, I haven't cried a tear and I feel like totally awesome. I mean, I think if that was the truth, it would be sort of a warning sign, right? That's how a sociopath would act. They don't have any feeling. They don't have any remorse or anything like that. And so that's not me. It's also a trait of a malignant narcissist, So, yeah, and it reminds me a lot of the spiritual narcissism as well. But what I would tell you is it's okay to feel the sad feelings because we have to. It is a loss. And it doesn't have to feel like a bad thing, right? It could be, I lost this so that I could find this. I lost them, I lost him, so I could find myself. That's what happened. And I'm really excited for this adventure. And I'm thrilled to be doing it here on YouTube and moving through it. It's almost like the breakup diaries, There's so many similarities between religious abuse and narcissistic abuse. And here's the thing, and this is the last thing that I'll say, is that I can say these things. A lot of people don't have a voice. They don't have a way to be able to say the things they want to say without their life being impacted and ruined. But I do, and I'm not worried about it. So I just want to let you know that I'm talking also in generalizations, right? Because every situation is so different. So just know that and take everything I say with a grain of salt. I think it's a wonderful way to be, is just to open your mind and just consider the possibility of seeing things differently. Okay, well, that's everything for today. You'll see an interview with the CO visit and I tomorrow. It's my friend Colin. You'll see that tomorrow. So I hope to see you tomorrow. Thank you for all your love. Thank you for your support. Thank you for your kindness. And I'm wishing you the best too. All right. Bye, everyone.